This Kev.
It's Dad.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Look at that.
There he is.
Tagline talk. Yeah, man.
And this is Games Music Life. We're the Games Music Life podcast, episode
94.
94. Oh,
it could be a different number. I don't know.
Yeah, listen, we'll put it in here.
It's a lot of them.
I'll look it up later, and we'll see what it is. If it's 197, we'll just put that in there too.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, how it happens, how it happens. Might be 200.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if it is, welcome to episode 200.
Yeah, exactly.
That is just great, man.
We might be in the future.
Yeah.
We got Pops on the hot seat today, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's good to be here, man. I really appreciate y'all inviting me to the forum. It's a great platform. I think everybody out there should get on board with it because you guys are really bringing some great knowledge and some great topics and having fun with it as well while teaching as well. So I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm a fan.
That's what's up, man.
But I'm a Cowboy since '77.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
We definitely gonna get into that. As a residential Eagle fan of this podcast, we definitely gonna talk about that.
Absolutely.
I like to break it in as far as old school Cowboy fans. As far as I don't say old, as far as older. I'm just saying someone who is a real fan.
Who actually saw them win something.
Yes,
it's been a while.
20-year-olds, you're not allowed to be Cowboy fans. They have not won anything in your lifetime.
Exactly.
All right, because there's a couple guys at the barbershop. They're like 20, 22 years old. I'm a Cowboy fan. Like, listen, they haven't won anything in your lifetime, so I don't really want to hear your rhetoric.
Yikes.
You know?
Yeah.
Nothing. This is the era that the real Cowboys fans have been sitting, shaking their head and pulling their hair out on right now because it just was not this way. And so we hope that some recent moves will get made and we'll get back up there.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it
because we're gonna get into Kev too about his sending me these memes about the Saints and how he think they're gonna win this year too.
Buddy,
we're gonna talk about that as well.
Buddy, I mean,
I'm sick of it. Kev, you sent me a 3-minute video. I did not dedicate 3 minutes of my time to your video.
You should have, man.
No, I listened to it when the tuba came in.
You ain't sleep right last night, huh?
Nah.
Yeah, I know you didn't. That's because you didn't dedicate 3 minutes.
We're good to go.
You know what I mean?
We're good to go.
It's a Saints video?
He finds them.
Wow.
You might have made it.
Oh,
you made it. He made it. In my story, you made it.
Hey, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. You know what I'm
sweet
saying?
though. I ain't gonna
Uncredited.
lie. When that beat came in, I started doing the jig.
Chopper style, baby.
You can't help but do it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Oh man! But y'all want to so before we get into the gaming portion of it, I want to talk some things about just the life portion. We talk about a lot of talking. Me and Kev do about older kids versus younger kids.
Yes.
And before we get into that, I want to ask Pop's opinion on that.
Sure.
Who's tougher? But the first question I have for you is Christmas time. Growing up with little kids, how in the world you guys do that every year?
Wow. A lot of prayer.
A lot of prayer?
A lot of prayer. A whole lot of prayer. I would say hard work, but honestly, that being able to have the ability to do the hard work comes from lots of prayer, lots of planning, and honestly, I'll say it for what it is. Shout out to my wonderful wife, Allison, greatest woman in the world. You know what I mean? Awesome. But it comes really from that.
Okay.
Having someone who understands and that you're on the same accord with.
Yeah.
And you have the same outlook and you want to do the same thing. So we were always, for us, planning things like that, just making, not even just Christmas, but in general, and it really just more of a life lesson as well. But really it speaks more to just how our idea for our family and our life and our kids, how we wanted it to be.
Awesome.
And not that we were trying to compensate or anything, because I wouldn't trade my upbringing for the world. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I grew up in a wonderful household, great parents,
did.
as did my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but if you're on the same page with someone, it makes it easier to do so. And I'll be honest, I look back, and I've shared this with Kevin a few times, and I share it with our daughter Kayla as well. Mm-hmm. It's so funny because, and not throwing numbers out or not saying anything like that about finances or anything.
Yeah.
But the funny part about you with that, Nadir, is that I look back, I didn't. Again, not speaking, not trying to sound any type of way. Didn't have nearly what we have now,
right?
From a financial standpoint.
Listen, I would have never knew though.
We did.
I would have never knew.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah.
That's how you know it was
and
a great.
I think we all do that.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of I know you guys do a lot of things together, and and as far as a collective family, oh gosh, how far back do we all go? Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you guys sophomores in high school?
Yep. Something
Okay,
like that.
so the families have all been
15, 16
intertwined
years.
for 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
And I know I've seen just the way you are with your children as well, and your family, and it almost mimics the way that we are, and that, again, you do what you can, and it just seems to come together somehow, some way, and I can't help but think that that's mainly based off of faith and belief.
Absolutely.
More so than just going out working, making money, and saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. Because there's a lot of people that do that. I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning and says, I don't want to provide today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm going to take a day off today. I don't think so. I don't think anybody does that.
What? Said I love day off.
Absolutely. But see,
the bills come. They got to get paid. So
they do, and I always tell you, if it comes to a point where too many days are necessary to be taken off, you and Kayla gonna have to work it out with y'all's rooms. Okay, you and Toya and Kayla gonna have to work that out, but you can always come home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always. You know what I mean?
That, so, I don't extend that invitation. Listen, once you start paying your own bills, like I don't know.
Right.
You gonna hit it with? You better ask Grandpa and Grandma.
Listen, application is there.
But I think at the end of the day, really, like I say, just to sum it up, it's definitely belief and just having, and if it's in you to do, and you have that belief, and you pray on it, and it'll happen.
Okay.
And you just look back and you say, wow.
You did it.
Because I tell him all the time, I don't know how we did it.
Well, you think about it, there's no guidebook on this thing.
No.
So you wake up every day, you try to figure it out.
Sure.
I lean on people like yourself.
Sure.
People who've been through the trenches.
Yeah.
Now you have a teenage daughter is going through that, and I don't think anything can prepare you for that.
No.
Boys and girls are different.
They are.
We might as well go ahead and talk about it then.
Okay, go ahead.
So Pop, me and Nadir, we've been discussing this for a long time.
Very long time.
And whether younger kids or older kids are harder now. Nadir always tells me that older kids are harder just because they hit you with the whammy. You never know what's going on.
Yeah.
But like from my optics, when I be seeing it from day to day, them younger kids is tough, man. Like they are 24/7 constant, just energy draining because they are just moving, they are exploring, getting into stuff. Like you got to watch them. Yeah, they don't hit you with the big whammy. You know what I'm saying? They might not hit you through with the expensive surprises. But man, listen.
Let the man answer the question.
No.
Let him answer the question. You're setting it up too much. You're giving him
kids
you're setting it up.
Buddy.
You're curving your debate.
My heart be pounding. Okay.
And I don't give a beat. I don't move. I don't move when they go up and fall. I'm like, I don't do. You're like, Nadir, how do you stay still? Listen, they're gonna fall. They're gonna hurt themselves. There's nothing I can do about that. It's better than that. And them coming and saying they totaled my car. Like it's totally different things. Right? Like,
Exactly. Now for me, to slightly answer your question.
Okay.
And again, this is to piggyback back to my wonderful wife. Okay. That's where the differences, become attributes, because I'm that one. I didn't want the kids. I want to have my hand up under them if they're getting ready to lean over and fall.
Okay.
Okay. I'm the protector. She's the one. Let that boy fall down. I bet you he'll learn next time. Quit getting that girl's plate. If she get hungry enough, she'll go eat. It's just like that. So that's the way that she is now. Now, part of that dynamic, I think, is again, we bring two unique experiences in that we're both products of, we both have had 5 siblings, my wife and I, on each side. But where my wife is the middle child, I was the youngest. And there's like a 7-year difference between myself and my next oldest sister. So I pretty much grew up where my wife grew up with all of her siblings in the mix. So it's no thing for her to say, hey, you got to get what you got to get. You got to look out and you got to do this and that. As to where of me, no. I was the youngest. My siblings were, like I say, much older. So I was the baby, really, in every sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they honestly, even if my parents didn't, and they were the types that were like, didn't want to let me fall or didn't want to see me get hurt or anything, that type of thing. They wanted to let that boy do. Now, my brother used to say that. And then even he got to the point I used to say, I don't know why he tells that, because he's the main one that won't let anything happen. He was the one, and Kevin will tell you this, he was the one. My brother Carl, he was the enforcer of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So he was that one that if anyone, that's Carl's little brother. Oh, back up quick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not that he was a bully like that, but he was just he carried it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just the way it was for him. And so, but for Allison, like I say, she was in the middle, so she's used to the tumbling, the falling, and all this and that, and the getting into it and everything. So she has more of that in her, which is good because that's a balance. Because I had to learn that in some senses. She would say, "You better quit doing this, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen." No, that's our job. I'm supposed to protect.
Yeah, no, listen, my mom a little bit crazy, but I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. But hold on, no, wait.
Wow.
No. Listen, when Mom told me she threw Uncle Daryl threw the charcoal at her feet, she stepped on it and kept chasing him. I was like, listen, Mom's a warrior, all right? You know what I'm saying? She down to throw down. But okay, no, we got to go back to the original question. All right, are young kids and or old kids, which one is harder?
Neither.
No, we got to no. This is brand new.
I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Neither. Okay. See, when you say harder, I don't know that it's a younger or older. Now, what I won't say harder. Okay. I'll say challenging.
More challenging.
Which one's more challenging?
Okay.
I'll just say, and it's not a generational younger or older, but I do feel for me personally, I feel that raising a girl is more challenging than a boy. Like I feel like Kayla, and not in a bad sense.
No, I know.
Not in a bad sense.
No, listen.
But because
Kayla know how to give it to y'all. I don't know. I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, listen.
But you know what?
She had a willpower I just didn't have. Okay.
In one sense, yes. In one sense, no.
Oh, absolutely.
Was it really necessary for you though?
That's good.
What do you feel that you needed to have more willpower to stand up about?
Nothing.
Honestly.
Because usually
because you didn't get to open the PlayStation 2.
No, it's not even that.
Okay, when it came in September, as opposed to having to wait till Christmas.
Yeah, that was wrong.
No, you were spoiled in that sense. I didn't wait till you would come home every day moping. Everybody on God's green earth knew that you had a PlayStation 2. Okay, before it came out, but had to wait until Christmas, and they were like, isn't it enough? We got it. Okay, this thing was like.
I need it now. You know what I'm saying?
This was like the hardest. Listen, this was like trying to get Jordan 3s on the day that they get released on Nike.com. Okay,
that was bad.
And the cement red and all that with the cement trim.
The fact you got that PS2 before it even came out, like that
thing was on back order for 8 months.
Listen, I remember. Yeah. I remember that thing was on. I remember seeing the poster because I was on my first job, and it was on sale for like $700-$800. People were trying to sell them for. You got a good dad. I'm gonna tell you right now. Tim Carter would hawk that thing.
Listen, I had people at my job at the time that were offering me $1,200 for this thing.
I believe it,
and I'm like. And it's a video game.
But it was a DVD player,
my kid. Yeah, but to me, I'm like, he asked for it. It's supposed to be the latest, greatest. We're going to get it. But again, even Mom was on the same page with that. And so that's why we're in the basement now with every console. Because to his credit, and this is the reason, another reason. He did. Can't lie. You can plug every last one of them up now and they work.
Yeah, I always take care of my
stuff. The games are intact. He really did. He took care of him. Couldn't put a game back in the case to save his life. But he took care of him, though. He did.
Okay.
But with that being said, though, the pressure with that, because he grew up in the era, that's one thing we didn't have. Kayla was not that video game kid.
Kayla she played for a little while.
Okay.
For a little while.
Okay. So we'll stay. Okay, that's the video games. Okay, let's go back to every pair of Jordans you got up in that closet now. When I bought them the first time. Okay, you just went back and rebought them. Okay,
and
but
now
you have the luxury of selling them for profit now.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
I just had the luxury of paying the credit card bill and then going to work some overtime to put the money back.
So are you saying that teenagers are tougher?
I'm saying
I was getting them from birth, baby.
No, they're not. They had different instances. They both had their thing, but I would again, as far as challenging girls for me, because you can speak to this.
So
you want to be a protector with your girls.
Absolutely.
Well,
so it's not an age thing.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're agreeing that I was the easier one out of me and Kayla.
No.
Kayla, you heard it here first.
We are not.
I was the easier one.
No, because you both. No. There was not one was easier than the other one. You both had different ways, different wants and needs. We have
different personalities.
Definitely different personalities. Where I will say this, and this is the first time I'm ever saying this on camera.
Here we go. What's up?
Okay,
go ahead.
where you you were always. It was kind of like me when I was little. You were always a good kid. Kayla was a good kid as well.
Absolutely.
But you were a good kid. You got along with people, so you always could intermingle basically with anybody. Mm-hmm. As where Kayla, as she got older, no,
she wasn't going.
Kayla knows who she does and does not want to deal with, and what she does and does not want to deal with.
Listen,
but you would give anybody a chance.
Y'all give a shot.
Really?
I mean, Listen, I
You know my shots now.
Not
What are you
give
talking about?
This is why I'm glad you know this now.
I give everybody a shot.
You know my shots
This is
now.
why
I give you a shot. But listen, if you start talking stupid, I got to let you know now. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
This is why I'm glad. See, this is why I'm glad you brought that up. Now Nadir knows. Yeah, you was an old softy for a while in your time period. You got, you would befriend and be cool with people. And Kayla, like I say, when she was little, but after a while, she got to the point where I'm okay.
Well, no,
okay. I'm good.
To double back on what I was saying, why Kayla be beating the body on y'all is because when I was a kid, if I did something wrong, I just kind of took it like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I was wrong. I wasn't gonna try to justify it. I took my punishment. Usually, it would just be him just talking to me for a long time. And back then, I didn't get it, but as I got older, I was like, it was a lot of gems that he dropped on me. But with my sister, if she wrong. Listen, she gonna tell you why she was right. Actually,
wait.
She not gonna stop.
Can I bypass you?
Lord,
was that back where Shane they did?
A little bit. Yeah, definitely.
What the
say? You said he used to talk to me a lot and everything. But I didn't get it. But then I realized he's throwing some gems on me.
Okay, you used to be going. You used to be going.
But you explained.
But that was the thing. I never gave it back to you. But Kayla, she gave it back to you.
That's boys and girls.
Yeah,
though.
Kayla gave it back to you.
But again, that's the boy and girl.
That's boys and girls.
Yeah. But again, that's also where the differences, where your mom and I come into play because
she be getting mom. I've never seen it. I've never seen that.
Okay.
Kayla getting mom. Kayla is the winner around there. I don't know.
Okay, well, I hear you.
Oh yeah,
I hear you.
When it comes time for arguments, listen. That's why I don't even argue with that child. I'm like, you got it, girl. Mm-hmm.
I hear you there. But Kayla is. With that, as far as the going back and forth and trying to make her point, that's your mom all day. There, okay.
Man, listen, mom
you
built
can
a
hang
2.0.
Out, open your mouth if you want to, and think you're gonna win this argument. Okay, you're gonna get up and leave, or you're gonna fall asleep, or something. You're gonna do something because I'm gonna win this. Okay, you will not talk me down.
Mom met her match with Kayla,
but
she met her match.
But they're more similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, you have similarities now, like your mom. But when you were younger, you were definitely more easygoing. And not that you're some mean tyrant now, but it's like Nadir said. Now, you don't really let anybody, don't let a lot of people in.
I just don't compromise. That's all that is.
But you know what that is? Also, Nadir, is that I used to, and Kevin can attest to this, and Kayla as well. I always had this saying that I would tell them both when we were growing up. I said, all these people, be careful of how you use that word friend. Mm-hmm. Okay, be careful with that. Yeah. This is my friend said. I said, be careful with that because what you'll find is that you'll go through school, you'll have different people, you'll call your friends, and once you get out of high school, and I used to tell Kevin, and I just recently told Kayla this. Mm-hmm. I said, after a year of being out of high school, you'll be lucky if you stay in contact with more than 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And as time goes on, that circle whittles down more and more. I said, if after 2 or 3 years you're staying in contact with at least one of them, you're blessed, and you truly can call them your friend. You're blessed. I said, just because life progresses, different people come into your life because you move into different segments of life. And I used to tell him that all the time because that's why I say that decent, easygoing part of him when he was younger. This is my friend.
Dang, man.
Such.
I'm not decent and easygoing anymore. Sheesh, Dad.
No,
this when you was younger.
Yeah.
As you started getting older, then you were like, you start. But again, that's because you were carving out your own identity. You were carving your own path in life, and so your what you were doing was going a different way. And then you and Toya got together.
Yeah.
And then so your circle just naturally changed.
Yeah. But you know what though? I mean, even as a little kid, I never compromised, Dad. You know that.
No, it's not about compromise.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, I never compromised.
No.
Like, if I didn't want to do something, something, I just wasn't going to do it. And that was it.
No.
And maybe that's just gotten worse as I've gotten older.
But I don't know that you were put in that
who I am.
position to where you even had to make that decision much.
Yeah, no.
When you were younger either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
and again, that comes from your mom and I, because there were just certain things. You know, some things are just parenting and what you have to do, and some things are. They need to go through that so that they learn. Hard head makes us all behind type thing.
Oh, Lord.
And that was your mom all day.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I think there might be a different way we can do this. And sometimes I was right. Sometimes I wasn't.
Yeah, no, y'all
and
had
it
a
was
good
okay
balance.
because at the end of the day, it wasn't about who was right, who was wrong. It was what was best for our child.
Yeah.
Okay,
no doubt.
and that's why I say we were always in unison on that. And to this day, we still are. Even though you're grown.
No doubt. Yeah,
parenting never stops.
Even though you're grown, you know, it's still conversations going on about who gets the sports cards and who gets the comic books. Because Kayla has no interest in any of this.
Yeah, I was
but
saying,
okay,
coming to me.
but we all know that, you know, you'll be on eBay and Macari.
Okay. No, I hold on to it for a little bit.
A little bit.
For a little bit.
Oh, you always been selling stuff?
Okay, you hear this, Nadir.
This guy always anything's for sale. Anytime he gets something, like, you gonna keep it or you gonna sell it? Which one is it?
See, I heard him the other show. You guys were just talking about that. You said, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for that profit. Yeah, I love to see that money coming in." You think I was keeping up? I know you
do.
Sat right there and asked you.
Yeah,
and you said, "Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what turns me on. I love to see that. I love to see that cash coming in. I love to see those deposits coming in. I don't really get hung up on stuff like that."
If you look in that box right there, I got a pair of Kobe Bryant, Kobe 5s, okay? 2,200 pairs only. Man, you think I'm keeping them shoes? They gone, baby. They gone. So somebody offered me about 800 to 1,000. Oh, they yours.
So why am I supposed to think that you're gonna hold on to the comic books and the sports memorabilia?
Because I love you, man. But for a little while.
Because you know he's not.
I hang on to it for a little while. Or the ones that were your favorite, I keep them for a little bit. You know what I mean?
They are my favorite.
Dang,
it's
man.
on record now.
You gonna do me like that?
It's on record. And they did heard it.
I didn't hear it. They did heard it. I didn't hear it.
Listen, you heard it.
We'll contest this when we're all in.
They're all my favorite. They're all my favorite.
When they're up on eBay 5.0.
See. But yeah, but like I say, but to tie it back in though, yeah, I just don't know that there's a difference. Like I said, there's differences.
No differences in age,
I don't think there's a good
a
good or a bad angle.
Okay.
I'm not ready to count this generation out. There's some things that I wish were different, but when I was growing up, they were probably hey. Now keep in mind, I say that, but my parents probably. Well, I don't know about my mom. My mom was pretty cool actually, but I'm sure that my
cool,
dad
man.
probably, the older relatives and just older generation at that time, they probably were wondering. What in the world is this on the radio? The first time they ever heard Rapper's Delight on the radio.
Yeah.
But listen, no.
On WVKO.
It ain't even that. Wow.
Yes. I went there.
But no, it ain't even that for me. It's just that, man, them little kids, man, good God. It's like they're so crafty. They're fast, and you know what I'm saying? They're just rambunctious and adventurous. Like I said, like they be hanging from the chandelier and they'd be like, hey, let them go, man. Like, hey, if you want to get them, look, if you want to get them, go ahead.
But listen,
otherwise,
but is that, I don't know that's the
scary.
Kids.
No, that's scary.
That's just the world right now.
Yeah.
Okay, the world where it was a big deal. Like I say, I remember, again, telling my age, but that's okay. I remember, though, the sitting up, getting the morning newspaper. Used to be called the Citizen Journal back in the day.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then you get the Dispatch in the evening.
I wonder how much I can sell that for.
I don't know.
See, look, you already know how to sell your stuff. You already trying to sell it. Like, don't give him anything.
It was.
Mr. Williamson, your stuff is safe with me. You want to give it to me?
No,
I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, the Citizen Journal was the morning paper, and then delivered the Dispatch in the evening. So, but with that though, that was your news delivery. Okay, in between. And then the newscast was the breaking news. Okay, so everybody knew. That's why newspaper sales were up. People bought a newspaper. What's going on? People tuned in to the local news to see. You don't have to do that.
Would you compare that with the internet now?
Yeah.
I can tell you everything that's going in the world inside of 2 minutes with this.
It's
What in the world do I need to waste my time with that TV for? Or buying that newspaper? I got to drive to go to the store to get that newspaper?
Yeah.
The whole world in my hand, 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's where the world is at right now.
Yeah.
That's not just the kids. That's just the age that they're growing up in. And I think that hey, if they're bouncing off the chandelier, they're active.
No, but
they're active.
But I'm saying no. That
I'm just using that as an example.
but no, like,
basically,
that
but
give
if
me
they're
anxiety.
moving and running, hey, they're active. So that other side is still there as well, and that's really
I mean, it's
what
always
you
been there
want.
for little
You just
kids,
don't.
but-
You want to try to prevent that just constantly 24/7. But if they're running around and something's getting knocked over every blue moon, they all right.
Yeah, they all right.
They all right.
That's what I look at it.
You know what? I think that may go back to me always take care of my stuff. Because listen, you come around here, you break my stuff, boy, you paying for it. Listen, I'll resell you. All right? don't. Hey, listen.
But you know,
you ain't too old to work.
Yeah. But I do. I think that's just the world we're in. So I try. It's hard sometimes, you're older, but I try not to. I'm trying. Let me rephrase that. I'm trying to be more understanding with the newer generation, the younger people now, because this is just their time. Because again, I came in when rap music started.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like, and it's around. It's all over the place now. Who knew? They said it was a fad then. It was a trend. Okay, again, but so these kids now, it's just the state of the world that they're in, and I just think really what it comes down to, what it's always going to come down to, no matter what's going on with technology, the world around you, okay, nothing is going to supersede parenting.
Oh yeah.
Because if you let this raise your kid, you are gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
But if you're
That's influential.
if your kid
Yeah,
has
I
this,
bet.
but you're right there and you're explaining this to them,
Yeah.
the good, the bad, the do's, the don'ts, and everything, you're explaining it. That's this modern way of making them well-rounded.
Yeah.
You need this to survive because this is where the world is at.
Absolutely.
Ain't no payphone. If you need to call somebody, you absolutely got to use this.
That's what made me think that the older kids might be easier because, like, you know what I mean?
That's not easy,
No,
though,
I'm
Kev.
saying because when they
not easy.
they get to
I don't
acting a
think
fool,
so.
man. You
Nah.
already said you just cut the
Nah.
Wi-Fi, man. You know what I'm saying? Something totally different for them. You know what I'm saying? You cut the Wi-Fi on them little
But
kids.
then-
You think they care?
No, they don't.
No, they don't care a single cent.
That's the difference between the two. Like your dad was saying about girls and boys.
Yeah.
It's like you want to raise your kids exactly the same.
Oh,
You
no
wanna say
daughters.
that.
Oh, you know that.
Okay,
There's
but
no daughters around here.
Whatever. You're gonna have daughters. You're gonna have at least the first two.
Yeah,
all
girls.
boys.
No.
4 sons.
No, it's not
in
gonna
a
happen.
row. I'm
Stop
calling
it.
it now.
Stop
You know what I'm saying?
them lies.
Blessings.
Yeah, okay.
So the girl's not a blessing.
Huh?
The girl's not a blessing.
Absolutely, they're
Okay,
blessings.
okay.
But
Absolutely
not for
are.
me. They're not the blessings meant for
Yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, I can't handle
okay,
it. I can't.
okay.
When you add on these outside
I got a
influences,
sister. It's good enough.
whatever. You got all these
Right.
outside influences and everything. It's like you have to navigate through that, and that's the hardest part with the younger kids and the older kids.
Absolutely.
They're easily impressionable, older kids. Where younger kids, they can get impressionable as well. But I can explain to them, and they still look up to mom and dad as being like, okay, you are the know-all, end-all.
Yeah.
With the older kids, they start to think that they
just some
are
dude.
you just some guy. Like, you know what I mean? Their friends get like all my kids. They'll tell you they're friends with me. Your dad is so cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And they be like, yeah,
That was
whatever.
him.
That's dad.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's for sure. The same thing.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at my dad. Like, oh, that's just dad.
Yeah.
But with the older kids, it's a straddle between they want to be semi-adults and they want to be kids when it's convenient for them.
Man, hey, listen,
telling you,
I
that's
can't
the-
blame him for that, man.
Yes,
That
you
sounds like
can.
the best of both worlds, buddy. You know what I'm
But
saying?
honestly, that's not how the world is.
It's
it's
not.
not.
And
It's
that's
not.
that's why we
That's
have.
that's
why
why I
we
tell
raise
them to
that.
enjoy it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, hey, listen, enjoy it now because it's not gonna last.
It is,
No,
but it piggybacks. But exactly what you just said, Nadir. To me, it still piggybacks to parenting.
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
again, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, I don't care what school system you went to. 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
Okay, it's no secret. Okay. Me and mom, we were young parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's 32.
With me,
I'm 53.
with Kayla,
okay?
y'all was little,
well, yeah,
little older,
we
little
were a
more
lot older.
established.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
it changes, though.
Not no
It does
little
change
older,
it.
it's a lot older.
Yeah,
but,
considerably. But I wouldn't go throw you under the bus like that.
But well, it's okay because it's all right. Okay,
Absolutely,
Because
that's
if the
all right.
narrative, if the narrative had gone a different direction, and then you're sitting up here, and this is right here now, we're all three. We're having this conversation. Okay. As 3 generations of black men or 2 generations of black men. I'm not gonna put you out
Yeah,
that old.
you throw you under the bus, Nadir.
That's
Two
cool. I'm here.
generations of black men, but 2 generations of black men. Okay, but when we're actually able to have this conversation right now, a sensible, conversation, we're having fun with it.
Absolutely.
But honestly, there's real life lessons here because there's a lot of people where this conversation could be. You could be Dr. Phil. Why wouldn't you hear from me?
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
yeah.
it could be that role because
Yeah.
I was young and I could have rolled that out.
Yeah,
I was a
you
young
could've.
parent. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just did it.
Stay put. Yeah, listen.
That's why I say that's where the faith comes in. That's where the just believing and praying and believe, because God matched me up with someone who, despite us being young, he knew that, well, okay, these two young people are going to be like-minded. So if they stay together and start a family.
To piggyback what you were saying, though, when you were saying about you and your wife being a perfect yin and yang, that's how I hear you say that, and that's how me and my wife are. Yeah, I'm more of like your wife though, whereas I'm like, let them go through it, let them bump their heads, let them get through it. Whereas the wife is more nurturing. It's not like you're
absolutely
you're
that's
very nurturing
exactly
too.
it.
Yeah. So that's where and I'm learning to be better about that, because I do find myself sometimes it's a lonely avenue to be on when you're the harder one on the kids.
Really?
Yeah. Because not so much harder. It's more so like learn from it. But all my kids will tell you, they know I love them. They know that dad is definitely fair. Sure. But I'm not. I always tell my kids, sprinkles are for winners. All right. Everyone doesn't get a trophy. Yeah. And it's not that way in life. And I want them to be prepared for that. Sure. Whereas Sharita's more different. She's like, okay, well, you didn't get sprinkles this time, but let's put two peanut butter M&Ms in there.
Yeah,
you need, but you know what I'm saying? You do need that.
True.
That's one thing that stood out to me when you were saying that.
I'm telling you, but it works.
Yeah.
See,
it works.
That's why I'm telling y'all right now. Being an uncle is the greatest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He gets away with everything, though. Yeah.
Listen, I can just have fun.
But
they start crying, I'll be like, hey, listen, what are y'all?
This is the part where I tell you discredit yourself, though, because my kids don't really mess with a lot of people. Like my youngest daughter, he'll tell you, Danica, she doesn't really she didn't even rock with me, and I'm her dad. Okay? And there's only two men in this world that she literally went to without question from day one. That was him and my father. Yeah. That was it. And not even me. Like I said, I didn't name two. That one was me. It wasn't me. Okay? It was him. Wow, it was my dad. And I got pictures when she was like very little, and like me and Sharita both were sitting back like, wow, because she walked over to him, he picked her up, and they had a bond ever since. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's him. It's a you thing.
It's him. But it's all like getting to be with the boys, and you know what I'm saying, sitting talking with the girls. Like I was talking with the girls when they were doing their vision boards or whatever.
Okay.
Like it's the greatest, man. You know what I'm saying? You just get, and like I said, I just get to pop in, pop out, have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like when it's going down. Yeah. I got to be there. You know what I'm saying? I can't go through the hard stuff.
You don't.
It's the greatest. Yeah.
Right. But you'd be surprised though, the things that you tell them stick with them. To where when they do go through those hard times, they reference it, because like it's different from dad and mom to get on you and talk to you about things. It's like having that other avenue, because like dad was saying though, it takes a village, man.
It does, and that is so cool to hear that. And like you said, to know that they're absorbing that, and it might not be today or tomorrow, but at some point, and that's all you can hope for. That's
all you can.
That's really that's what imprints your legacy. Really, that's what your legacy is. You know, who did you impact? You know, and did they take something from being around you, something positive that helped them, in their journey. And if they did, and you can see it, man, that's just the greatest, man. My wife says that all the time. That's what she wants to, just leave the earth a better place than she found it. Help as much as she can, be as
that's moms.
He's talking about moms.
He's talking about moms right now. Yeah,
I'm telling you. Listen. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, and listen.
Y'all do know her.
Listen, let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you something.
I'm teasing.
You do. Okay, and again, I'm gonna put my age out here. Okay, this is not the official one. I'm just putting it out there for the sake of conversation.
Okay. It's entertainment purposes.
No, this is well, it's the truth. It's the truth, but it's entertainment purposes only. Okay. Okay. My wife and I technically have been, I shouldn't say technically because she'll hold me to it, but we've been together since November 18th, 1985.
Okay. What was going on then?
That was when we started dating.
Okay.
November 18th, 1985.
I got a little word there for a second.
Oh no, November 18th, that's when we started.
Did you have it on your watch? Because I saw you look. Did you have that, or you had it memorized?
No. Okay. I'll just
Because I don't have it memorized.
No, listen. No, I'm gonna tell you, and I may have messed it up.
Okay.
Thanks for pointing that out.
No, I didn't mean to.
I might get when this is viewed. If this makes the cut, it might be. It may be because I always said the 16th of November. It's definitely November, and it was like a week before Thanksgiving. But I believe it was. She corrected me. I believe the other week and said it was November 18th.
Had a correction
of 85.
Yeah, couldn't let you hold it. That's a life thing, man.
So that's how that happened. But my point being, from then till now, because something's wrong if you don't grow in a period of time. If you stay, and your mom says this all the time. you know, if you're the same person then that you are now, you really need to do some self-examination.
Oh,
That's the beauty of marriage, though, man.
Yeah, it is.
Because the
It is.
person that you're with changes all the time. It's like
It
you
is.
change all the time.
It is.
So you literally are falling in love with a different person almost every week. And I don't mean to get too cliche about it. And I'm
No,
sure
but
it's
that's what you hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
Y'all
Yeah.
trying to get brownie points. Listen,
No,
Toy, I love you. I love you. You're the
Listen,
greatest.
Hey, listen, we're doing
You
good. Don't
complete
do it
me.
like, don't
We're
stop.
doing
Stop.
great.
Look, I know what you're doing.
You
Like,
complete me.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
This
We're
guy
doing
caught
great
please
with
like
that,
2 pods ago. He's talking about us.
again, I will say
The plea is still over there. Like,
yeah, because since we're in the life stage relationship era, and we're all married men.
Absolutely.
Okay,
We are
here,
married
so
to- we are
so
married
we
to
all
women.
have we all have
Why? We all have wives.
we can all add validity to this conversation here. But I will say though, for me, it took me much longer, to get on board with that. Okay, with the change, because last of 6. I grew up. I was spoiled. Okay, not spoiled in the sense like why I wasn't ever a crybaby type spoiled, but just I was an easygoing kid. I was an easy kid. You know, I just was. I grew up basically the way that you did. Okay, it was I never did anything
me out here.
that would question
Bob,
my
these
parents
streets dirty.
to trust me or whatever. You know, you
you
didn't
tell
have to
it.
worry about me staying out till 1 a.m. when I was 15 because I was gonna get sleepy about 9:30, 10 o'clock, so I was gonna be home anyway. So that was just never an issue. But what I was gonna say was that with your mom, she even early on, she would always try to trying to set things for our family, traditions and things of that nature. She's big on that. I mean, you remember when we were little, we would always have, large, even family gatherings, and things of that nature.
Listen, there's a lot of people in the house for a while.
So she was always that way. She was
Yeah.
just, but again, that's because she,
Very
always was
family-oriented.
trying to help.
Yeah,
Or be
absolutely,
there when she could,
absolutely.
And again, me being being younger, I didn't always understand it because again, it was maybe a slightly different dynamic. But as I started getting older, I started understanding a little more. But again, that's where the way that she is versus the way I am. I think that now, as we're growing into the winter of our lives,
And you wanted a happy home, too. Let's not forget that.
At some point, after a while, you get used to sleeping with both eyes closed. So,
I'm not
gonna let you just get
listen,
on
I just told somebody this when I was this was a Christmas shopping story. It's funny. I'll tell it real quickly. So, I get a picture from Kayla, and this is what Mom wants for Christmas.
Okay.
And I think and you and Kayla, you guys said
You know what?
to me.
Hold on, wait. I hate to cut you off in your story, but you know what? I got to know. Okay, you, Mom, and Kayla are in the house every day together. Somehow, though, all of y'all text me to find out what each other want. I don't know. I don't be knowing. Like, do you know how I find out? I ask. I just be like, hey, what do you want?
Well, sure, but really, I'll tell you what that's about.
I love being included.
I was going to say that's really all it's about is inclusion.
No, because I text with Kayla all the time. And
Sure, as you should.
And she really has no clue what's going on with y'all. She be like, they're just here. Matter of fact, they're just in my way. As a matter of fact.
And you know what? And I'm okay with that. She's a 19-year-old college student who's trying to manage a small business.
Absolutely.
And I'm fine with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Those days of the honey, you need this, honey, got to get up and get ready for school. Honey, come down and eat your breakfast.
No, listen.
Honey, I ironed your pants for you. Those are over.
Yeah.
She's her own person.
Oh,
She's
no
going
doubt.
through
No doubt.
She's going through the decompression stage of school, of high school.
Transitioning to college. Yeah, for
Transitioning,
sure.
well, just transitioning
But,
not just
listen,
to college, but just to her life and who she's going to get on the road to
I
become
got
as
to
a
wonder what
person.
goes on in the house all 24/7 because I be there. I see all y'all, and you know what I'm saying, be all good. But I leave. What's going on around there, huh? What y'all doing?
What's going on is Kayla's a 19-year-old college student who's trying to find her way. She's not trying to deal with that.
Yeah,
you can
that's
ask
true.
Kayla. Listen, Kayla gets invited. Kayla gets go out to dinner invites.
Yeah, I know.
At least 3-4 times a week. Not that we're going out then.
No,
just to say,
listen,
hey, you want to go? Go out to dinner. Get some. Want to go to the mall?
know.
You want to go? No.
That's the toughest thing as a parent, though. It's like your kids, like you said, you want to seem cool to your kids all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Which I know I am, but I have to accept.
You'll get cool
and swallow.
again as
no,
they
I
get
will.
older.
I still will, but I still
you'll get
gotta
cooler.
swallow the fact that it's not that they don't want to be around me. It's like they got their own thing going on.
Yeah, they find their way.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
try to tell my mom that,
Yeah.
and like she'll get on me about the older kids calling her and being texting her and telling her, like, listen, they don't. I live in the same house with them. They don't do it.
Right.
So it's just
Yeah.
kind of how it is.
Hold on, because now he done said something. And,
Here we
I
go.
got
I love
questions.
this. Yeah.
I got questions now. Now you said she get invited to dinner 3-4 times a week. Now
Absolutely.
I get hungry. That's all I'm saying. I get hungry from time to time.
Okay. Keep on. Go ahead.
Just saying.
Go ahead.
Just saying.
Go ahead. Step all the way on out.
Yeah.
So listen, let's start like we always been starting. What have we been playing?
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. And this is Chronicle. Okay, I'm gonna go back and find exactly what number the show was.
I show up.
We know you will. Okay, and I'm gonna go back and chronicle a couple of the shows.
I understand what a good meal is worth.
Yeah. Listen,
she still like the ramen noodles, man. You know what I mean?
Okay. So now, Nadir, again, okay.
Let's start like we always start. What have we been playing?
Okay, Nadir,
what have y'all been playing?
I'm gonna just say this. Because I'm going to absolutely need to make sure that we get fact checks.
Okay.
On the show. So make sure Nadir, before we leave today, that we have our updated contact numbers.
Okay, no doubt.
Oh Lord,
okay?
yeah.
Because I
don't like this. Y'all teaming up on me, man.
I clearly see I'm going to have to fact check some things because where am I at when I like to eat? Okay, I remember maybe about I don't know. It's maybe about 6. I guess about maybe 2, maybe a little over 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Out the blue. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Nothing. Hey, you want to meet us over here for
Hey,
dinner?
Ooh, I remember that dinner.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I remember that dinner too. Shit, it was delicious. Now, you know what I'm saying? You
Matter of fact, you were there, and then Dad said, "Oh, I'm paying," and you was like, "Okay, I'm getting this,
Exactly.
this."
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. What was I supposed to do?
Now.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, what I'm saying, I shows up. I understand.
Now fast forward. We're going out. Hey, we think that your sister might enjoy going out for the dinner for her birthday. It's a Friday evening.
Night?
Easy way to get out. Comfortable, low key restaurant. Her style, she'll be comfortable.
Yeah.
What you guys think? Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Boom,
you
bam,
better
bam.
believe it.
We're going. We're there. Okay, so everybody gets get what they get or whatever.
Yeah.
Bill comes around.
Yeah.
Didn't he reach for it?
I-
Alligator
no,
arm.
he
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 got the
did.
alligator arm.
Listen, Dad. Want me to quick pay you? Don't worry about it. We got it.
Yeah.
We you're good. Don't worry about it. It was our invite,
listen,
so we got it.
Listen
So this I will say on those, okay? And
I
Nadir,
accept.
you can attest to this, Nadir, okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's
Oh, this is good.
the bill is a lot less when we're just going to get Popeye's chicken sandwiches.
Hey, I like
than it
Popeye's chicken sandwich. I come over here every week talk about the Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Okay, but I think
You can bring me one. I wouldn't accept. I would accept.
I think the last 2 places that we went out to eat, there were no Popeye's chicken sandwiches involved. Okay,
Yeah, you better believe.
With napkins involved, they go on your lap, huh?
Listen, I'm grown. I understand the value of a good meal. You think I'm gonna turn it down? Kayla still, she's still young. She like, hang out with mom and dad. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I eat these
she's
ramen
not
noodles.
trying to be seen.
Yeah, she
hang out
don't
with
care
us.
about all that. Listen, I know the places y'all be going. Like, you call me, hey, what you doing? Yes, yes. The answer is yes. I will be there. You know
No
what I'm saying?
debit card.
You know what I'm saying?
So we look, Nadir. I had to call him one night. Hey, you still got my credit card?
Yeah, he sure did. I
Oh,
was like, dang, I do. Yeah, I sure do.
So it's like you try to, again, we're always going to
listen, I'm just saying, when Kayla turned you down, hey, you got other kids. That's all I'm paying. I'm
This
just
is
putting it in the
true.
world. I'm just putting it
This
in
is
the
true,
world.
but we're not talking about a five-course sit-down meal. Okay, with some we're talking drive-through. When we say go out to dinner,
I understand. I understand beggars can't be choosers. I'm not choosy.
Listen, we're just saying when we're saying go out to eat, it
I'm
could be
teasing.
Red Robin with some bottomless
Red
fries
Robin.
with that $8.99 tavern
Hey,
burger.
I love a Red Robin. Yeah,
I do too.
I'll take.
Yeah,
I
They gotta
take
redo
Red
the.
Robin.
They gotta redo the restaurant
minute,
though.
boy.
Last time I went to Red Robin, I almost busted my tail in there. Man.
Really?
I ain't been in
Yeah,
there in a
man.
while.
I went there, had to do the shuffle, and slipping around.
The one
like
in
that.
Easton or the one on Polaris?
It was at Easton.
Really?
Easton?
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like,
You gonna switch up on them? Go to
Hate to
Polaris.
hear
I'm
that.
about to do that.
Yeah.
I'm about to fill out a comment card too. Man, get this together, man. grease is
That
in
one
the
in
air.
Easton though, it seems like it's more. I like the layout there.
I think
don't
they're
know,
doing
that
it
one in
over
Polaris
again now.
seems like wide open.
All right, listen, no free promo, man. All right,
Anyway,
what,
yeah,
what are we
definitely.
playing?
All right, what are we playing? I ain't playing that thing. I just got off of death's
I
door.
want to hear. I want to hear. What
know
you
what?
guys playing?
You know, it's gonna surprise you, man. I actually got in my Game Pass bag.
Okay.
Started playing Dead Island, the definitive edition. Great game. If you haven't played it, check it out.
Zombie game, right?
Yeah, it's a zombie game, man.
Okay.
A lot of fun. That's what you called me this week. That's what I was playing.
Okay, yeah.
playing Dead Island.
Okay.
And of course that nasty 2K as
Okay.
always.
Why are you still playing that? Exactly. You don't even know. Like, why? You
Force
got,
of habit.
You got the shoes though.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that 2K be done made me some money now. You know what I mean?
boy.
It's force of habit, but you ain't been playing nothing. What's going on with you?
I just got off of death's door. You already know. You
Oh,
you
yeah,
came over to
that's
my
right.
house and
That's
brung in the
right.
New Year with my family.
Yeah,
I was
sure
upstairs.
did.
I was upstairs on the couch.
Man's was
Okay.
I was out of
finito.
it. I don't even know what happened.
You made it down though.
I did.
Yeah,
I made it down
wow.
towards the end of the
Yeah.
New Year's Day. I came downstairs, but I didn't even bring in New Year's with the family.
Oh,
but something
man.
happened. I just like drank some coffee and a Danish, and like I was doubled over in pain. Like I just something happened.
He's finito.
I was finito, and I was done.
That
Nothing.
sounds like our Saturday Kayla experience.
Exactly. I'm
you know
pretty sure how
she
food
put
was.
that on
Yeah.
you.
Ooh, that was a rough one.
Yeah,
there.
well, you know what I'm saying? Well, listen, I ain't gonna say she put it on you, but she said she did not request the pizza that we got. I know I didn't do it. LaToya didn't do it. Mom said she didn't do it.
She did. They're right.
It was Pizza Hut.
It
Right?
was you?
It was.
It was you that-
It was.
oh.
Look, I went back in.
You saw a
unsubscribed
commercial,
to
didn't you?
emails. I got a text. Listen, I got a text the other day. You know, flash special, 50% off. All. I went in and blocked those. This is insane. I got to block Pizza Hut text messages.
You got to. When something like that happened, you got to block. You got to rip all cords.
I did. I clearly after that I did, and I unsubscribed from their emails.
Oh, man.
I blocked their text messages, and I went in and tried to delete my profile, but they said I got to call the number,
Oh,
and I
Lord.
just hadn't gotten around to it.
So
I
you're
said,
going to call the number?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were definitely going to
Yeah.
call.
No,
He's done with 'em.
listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not gonna run it down too much down the political road on it. But I did it with Papa John's.
Ooh, yeah, I don't fool.
Oh
with
yeah,
that
I
Papa
cut them
Jiggity.
loose. We all know when.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just leave it at
That's
that.
the only power we got,
I cut them.
you know?
I cut them
man?
loose a while back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, no, hold on. So what have we been playing, Dad? So now this is the
Okay.
question for you.
Yep, okay.
You know, we got you an Xbox. It was out of my control, but we got you an Xbox for Christmas. Did you keep it?
No.
Oh! Hey, another L for Xbox.
that hurt.
See if I'd have got him a PlayStation,
Oh,
it'd
that
probably
hurt.
still be
He
in
wouldn't
there.
have kept that either.
No, he kept it right.
Exactly. No, it wouldn't.
No, exactly.
No,
Thank you,
it
Bob.
wouldn't.
No,
Thank you.
don't do
Thank
this.
you.
Don't do this now.
No, I wouldn't.
You my dad.
Listen,
You ride. You ride. You ride.
Full disclosure. Full disclosure. Any video game system that would have made it under the tree,
No, except for the
Would've gone-
PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
they
that's
would have
it.
gone
No.
back.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
no,
I didn't hear
I'm
that.
sorry.
I didn't hear
I'm
that
sorry.
part.
Why did they
Listen,
go back?
Yeah.
I'm already.
Dang
This
it.
is my thing, okay? And I'm gonna hit a quick point on this.
Okay.
With the video games, growing up, absolutely. When he was little at home, was wonderful.
Got
Okay,
time to
loved
be
it because I had
whooping
an excuse. I was young, but I had a young son. It was an excuse to play video games, and we enjoyed it. That was just our thing. Little did he know, like on the off year, like. When the system would come out, he'd get whatever the new system was, and maybe 3-4 games.
Okay.
On the off year, where there was not a new system that came out,
just stack
he'd
up
get
like
like
8
9,
games.
10 games
Yeah.
instead. So, but really, that was an excuse for me to. Oh, don't get me wrong. That was an excuse for me to get games as well.
Yeah, no,
okay.
okay.
So it worked out. So it that's why it was all love for him. So
Right.
we would do that. So we would play. But when Kevin was younger. You know, the sports games was my thing because that's
Right,
what I
right,
knew.
Playing Madden and all
Bam,
that.
bam, bam. Oh boy, I give him the business.
Okay.
His mom.
So you were the man in the house.
Give me the business.
His mom, on those sports
that's
games.
all- I'd love to hear this,
His
yes.
mom can vouch for this story. Okay, he would stop playing. He wouldn't want to play.
He was hitting the button?
Now he was little.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I
yeah,
mean, like
yeah.
5, 6,
Okay.
7.
yeah, see,
But
you
you didn't
beat-
give him no wins, though.
Oh no,
I
no,
love
no.
it. I
But
love that. I love it.
I had to
No.
learn to win. I had to learn to win.
We're talking. Listen, this was actually this was pre PlayStation. We were still on Bulls Blazers on Sega
Okay,
Genesis.
classic
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
on Bulls Blazers and stuff like that. And I would go at it.
Did you ever play Nintendo with us?
Yeah.
I know. Me, Martin, and Maurice used to get it running all the time.
The NES.
I still wonder though, how were we any good at this? Because Grandma gave me that when I was 3.
She was 2.
How was I any good at this game?
I don't know. It was just something you wanted, and
but I knew how to play it though.
Your grandfather, she won it, and your grandfather said, "You what happened?" I think you told my dad. I think you told your grandfather, and he told my mom, and my dad was listen, dear. Give you some background about my dad's grandfather. Okay, 26 and a half years, Air Force veteran.
Yep.
Then raised in the South.
Okay.
That's the reason he went in the Air Force. And when he came back to get my mom, he says, "You're coming with me because I'm not coming back to the South.
Oh wow!
When I leave, when we're leaving. That's why they lived all over the world. I never had that experience, but my older siblings did.
Okay.
So, but with that being said, he was a man. He was the type. He took care of the outside of the house. My mom took care of the inside of the house. Okay. Okay. Raised my kids. Yeah. Take care of my house. I got everything else. Okay. So he wasn't that type to. I never played like video games and toys and all that with my dad per se like that. Now my dad would take me, and he was a baseball person. Okay. So yeah, my dad. I can tell you all. I could tell you all about the Big Red Machine era, the Johnny Bench, Ken Griffey Sr. era. He was going down there to see them play baseball. Oh yeah. Okay. He was a big Reds fan. Pete Rose, all of them. Yeah, I
someone was to say that Pete Rose doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, listen, at this point, with everything that has gone on at this point, I think he does. But hey,
listen,
I'm not big enough.
You better respect Pete Rose's hustle. Baby.
I just think that the fact that the baseball, they always try to keep it with the records and saying to keep it the purest form and everything like that. But baseball had a very dark stain for a very long time. He
was the one that got caught. I don't know how many.
Exactly. That's my point. He's the only one that got caught.
Yeah. There's a motto in baseball: if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
But my thing is, he was betting on his team to win. You know what I mean? We're getting out there. We're betting on our podcast to be the best podcast ever. Right. Bet on us. You know? Right. It wasn't like he was betting for them to lose.
And what was this guy's nickname? Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You better respect
Charlie Hustle.
You better respect
and he carried it like that. He did. Yeah. Pete Rose, that dude was a hard hat, lunch pail, going to the construction site to work, put in his 8 hours of sweat every day, eat his sandwich at lunch, and go back to work. He was that guy. He was that hustle. He wasn't no Hollywood glitz glamour about him. He was a baseball player. Yeah, that's what was so fun about watching them play back in that era. But but that was my dad. He was a baseball person. So that was the only reason I even watched it a little bit back then. I was never a diehard.
So he wasn't a gamer though. He never played games.
No, never played games toward that. But when this one came along,
he played with me.
This one came along.
He was old and retired. He was like, listen, let's have a ball.
He wasn't old and retired. He had just retired 2 years before you were born.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so he was like, yeah, let's have a ball.
But with Kevin though, again, it's like it rekindled him. It's like he got I won't say a do over, but it was almost as if, okay, I'm retired. I got all this time and he just embraced it, and that was like the coolest thing to see him with his grandfather. Because that threw our whole family off. First of all, Dad's gonna babysit Kevin.
Oh wow,
really? And my mom even said it. My mom, because there was no FMLA back in the '80s. Thank Billy Clinton for that. Appreciate you. But when '92 came, he saved us all on that. But it was like, that just was not my dad. And I had plenty of nieces and nephews, but the babysit thing, man, you were hard pressed to get my dad to watch them kids while you ran to the grocery store to put some more burgers on the grill, without them tearing something up. He'll be there. All right, you can leave him. Yeah. He'll be there, but he ain't chasing you down. If you tear something up, he going to tell you to go sit down somewhere. That's it. Yeah. Okay, but when this one came along, we softened were like, him up, wow, softened him up. Hey, and it was just so cool. And it got to the point where he would be telling my dad stuff that he liked or wanted or whatever, and my dad told my mom, man wants this or man said he wants that. If you go to the store, you pick it up.
You say man's referring to about Kevin?
Man.
That was my nickname, man.
That was your nickname. That's what they would call him, his little man. Okay. And then my mom even would, after a while, man. Okay. That was what that was just their thing, man. That's dope. And so it was just kind of cool. But anyway, to piggyback, I say that to say though, again, that's where, like I say, growing up, my dad, I think that's a lot of ways. If you want to say one thing that maybe I said I would do differently was with him, I just everything. You know, we
Everything.
hop in the car, ready to go somewhere. He's with me.
Okay.
We man, that's my sidekick.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's my sidekick. Now his mom will tell you, and it's a good thing this is on tape delay because his mom will tell you, you didn't want that car seat in your car like that.
Yeah,
you know, again, I was young. I was young.
I drive a Camaro now. I don't have a car seat in it.
I had a little sporty 2-door car. You know, oh man.
It's safe to say sometimes you probably weren't in that car seat.
Hey, I'm saying,
This threw you in the seatbelt.
I have a 6-month-old. Listen, hey,
After
you don't
a
want to
while-
ride in the front now.
But after a while, I got used to it. After a while, and what really made me get used to it is just funny. Is that anytime Kevin was be up late at night, okay, because you're getting young, schedules were hectic. You know, I'm still trying to go to college, still got to work, and so you know it's like all day. I get home, if Kevin is up and crying, don't want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
The one thing that would put him to sleep.
Yep, hop in the car.
Put him in the car. Yeah. Drive around the block, come back. He sleep.
Out.
Take him up, lay him down. We good to go.
Yeah.
So after that point, I was just.
But it goes back to what we were saying before. There's no handbook on this.
No, it's not.
You figure
It's
it out.
not.
Every kid and every child is different.
Yeah.
It's like you beat me to it. Every kid is different.
They are.
So one thing might work. One thing might work with one child, won't work with another. And that's with our kids. The same thing.
Sure.
Same exact way.
How I got to lay in the smackdown in the game, but we gonna leave it at that.
It
You know what I'm saying?
did. As he got older,
you stopped playing when Dad's putting the beat down.
yeah.
When I was 5, yeah.
Well, listen, man, win's a win, bro. I don't care how old
You
you
know
are.
what I'm saying? Listen,
Yeah.
you ain't bragging about beating Dante, man.
I will.
Yeah.
It's a notch. If we have to go into the ledger, I will bring it up. Like, listen, you didn't.
Actually, no, I think you have. I don't let them. Like we
Well,
play
my kids
Mario
winning
Party,
nothing.
they ain't winning nothing.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing. It builds character. Like I tell you,
Does he even
sprinkles
realize that
are-
if he doesn't win?
Nah, he's not competitive yet.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was gonna
where's
say he'd
the-
probably just be like, whatever. I got to press the button.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what I'm
wow.
saying. I'm just
Okay.
glad to have the controller. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But
Khalees, no, she's upset if she loses.
really,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She doesn't talk to me, which that's a girl thing. Once again.
but yeah, no. By the time I got to be about 8, I started laying.
It did.
Smackdown.
I will.
But then you quit. Then you was like, I ain't playing him no more.
I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and put the nail in the coffin on this one. As time progressed and he got a little older, he definitely got better. And then just, I think as the system started changing, they started getting away from me because I just didn't get it.
You weren't doing the analog
I
sticks.
didn't. I did. I was more of an analog
No, you was
stick guy.
D-pad.
So D-pad. Well, yeah, that's right, the
D-pad.
D-pad.
Okay.
But once it got up to like the Xbox the Xbox is it the 360?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
quit way before then. You
Well, I
wasn't
did,
playing-
but I'm
Yeah.
saying, but you tried to have me.
Yeah, I tried to get you back
me to
on
do
360.
that,
You
and
played
I
for
just
a second.
couldn't.
He was like,
I just couldn't. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, the
That's
the
what let
ball.
you win.
I was done with it. I love to watch because the graphics are phenomenal
Yeah.
on the newer systems, but it's like no, I did. I had to.
You had to hang it up.
Yeah, I was like Jordan on the SI cover. What was that? 93 when it said why when he was walking off the court with the ball on the court. When he left after the first time.
Okay.
It was a Sports Illustrated cover, and all it had was a full blood picture of him on the walking off the basketball court with the basketball center court, and it just said why.
You taking it back. You taking it back.
Yeah.
Is that when he got suspended?
Listen, that's when he
left.
retired,
That was
man. Listen,
he
don't
retired
slander-
after
don't
the
slander
first
the
time
GOAT.
after his father died.
Quit slandering the GOAT. All right,
Yeah,
I
that
see
was
what
after
you're
his
trying
father
to do.
died.
Was it- okay.
After the third championship.
Yeah.
That was a suspension though.
No,
That was
listen.
a
You're not gonna
suspension.
slander the GOAT, man.
It was a suspension,
I'm
man.
not
He was
going for
gambling.
it.
That's what Mike was on. Like I love Michael Jordan. Don't get me wrong. In my opinion, Michael
Hey,
Jordan is
listen.
the GOAT.
Let the man gamble.
But-
If that's what he want to do.
His dad got come on, because that's one thing that.
Oh no,
Here's-
no.
okay, no, I'm
You-
gonna
you-
go there. I'm
you
gonna go there.
You go dark.
This is the point where I believe that Mike is the GOAT. I want to ask both of you that question too.
Okay.
But Michael Jordan was so much of the GOAT that we don't even talk about him getting suspended for a year, right?
Okay.
His father got killed. We don't know why he got. Supposedly it was a gambling thing. We don't know, but
Allegedly.
no one talks about it.
Allegedly.
God bless the dead. No one talks about it though.
Yeah.
That's how we know Mike's the GOAT, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, because he the GOAT.
Yeah.
And he did it.
So hold on. So
He did it already.
Well, the thing comes up. We're gonna get into your Cowboys in a second, but we're gonna get into this topic too.
Well, no, I'm
With
good.
Mike-
I'm good with the MJ
With
thing.
Mike and LeBron, because everything's going on about that. LeBron.
Sure.
Kev sent me the clip. I'm sure you've seen it too, where LeBron talked about how he feels like he's the greatest of all time when the Cavs won that championship. Who's the GOAT, Mike or LeBron,
Okay.
or anyone else you want to put in there?
I was gonna say yes.
Okay.
No, no. You know what? I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna take the last leg on this one. Go ahead.
Listen, there was no question for me.
Yeah.
Mike is the GOAT.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There's
Okay.
no question. I mean,
Okay.
I watched it with my own 2 eyes.
Okay.
I mean, he was a magician out there on
Why?
the court.
Yeah.
6 for 6.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He
Sure.
did everything. I mean, the man came back at 40 years old, was still balling.
Yeah.
We went look, he could tell you the Smush Parker story when we came back in the boo.
Yeah.
Smush Parker for talking crap.
Yeah.
Listen, GOAT, legendary team. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's own teammates don't even like him. You know what I mean? And I love LeBron. LeBron has done amazing works outside of basketball. But when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, those 94 feet on that floor,
Yeah.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go Talks.
Butthole.
Okay.
He's a butthole. I mean, you got to be a hybrid. You got to be a butthole. I think you have to.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay, so for
Tip
me, okay, I'm gonna take the other route.
Okay.
Not so much as the GOAT, but the argument
Okay.
for it. Yeah, definitely LeBron, Jordan. We can have that conversation.
Okay.
Again, I gotta go back a little bit. Okay. What are we basing it on? Are we just basing it strictly on the championships?
It's your
Is it
answer.
strictly
It's your
or
answer.
their impact on the league?
Well, see, that's different. If we do impact on the league, then Mike and LeBron, like I could put an argument for LeBron then.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Mike changed the league.
Okay. Overall, okay. So again, I
did.
got to
He
go
saved the
back.
league.
Yeah, he saved the league.
Yeah.
Mike?
Magic and Bird saved the league.
Well, after
In
them,
the 80s, yeah.
After
Magic
them,
and Bird,
saved it. They
saved
did.
the league.
Yeah.
But,
Mike took it to the next
honestly,
level.
honestly, if you really want to say who saved the NBA, was Julius Erving.
Oh, I knew he was going to Dr. J.
Yeah.
That's who saved. No,
Yeah.
that's who saved the NBA as a whole.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't back all the way where it needed to be, but when Bird and Magic came in '79, especially after Magic running Michigan State in the championship, beating Indiana State the year before in the NCAAs, and then he comes to the Showtime Lakers, okay, and then they get Kareem over there, and then they draft Worthy from North Carolina, okay. Which, incidentally, Michael is definitely the GOAT. But even if you go back to that North Carolina team, listen,
problem
if you go
solved.
back,
Mike was the GOAT.
No,
We've called it.
I'm saying of his era. Okay, for sure, it's hands down. Well, I'm just saying. But in my opinion, I go. Julius Erving is what the NBA embodied of what the NBA is right now. Okay, the Flash, everything that comes. He brought that. Nobody had done that before. Bird and Magic brought the competition back. Okay, they brought the tradition back. Los Angeles, Boston. You couldn't have scripted that any better. Who would have thought that those two franchises would have drafted those two players to do what they did? And then Jordan comes up under them. Okay, after that, and so I will say this though, for Michael Jordan. Okay, I do think that Michael Jordan took the league to that next level. I don't think LeBron has taken the league further than Michael Jordan took it. I think LeBron is just an extension. Honestly, I think LeBron is probably in line with like Kobe as far as they still gliding on what Michael Jordan brought the league up to.
Hey, I can agree with that.
Because Michael Jordan,
agree with
with that 92 Dream Team, that's the reason you right now have so many the international players. Not just sorry, they've always been there, but everybody knew. Everybody knew.
Just call them sorry.
No, but listen, everybody knew the 2 or 3 good international players. Okay, back in the 80s.
The Bulls went and got them.
Okay, no, before that,
Before
that.
Yeah.
Arvydas Sabonis, Detlef Schrempf,
he was tough.
and
Rick Smits?
Yeah, kind of along
Rick
that
Smits
line.
was a bump.
Rick Smits put hands on you though.
Yeah, Rick Smits was
good.
good.
All right, so he was a goon there,
Yeah,
not
he
a bum.
was. Yeah,
He was
Rick
a
Smits
goon.
was good, but it was somebody else. But definitely
Petrovic.
Drazen Petrovic.
Petrovic, yeah.
He
But
didn't get a chance
definitely,
to enough,
but Detlef Schrempf
what'd
and
you say about
Arvydas
He
Sabonis
didn't
were
get a chance to
definitely
enough.
the first two. They were definitely the first two Euro players that were really good because Detlef Schrempf could.
Yeah, Detlef
He
Schrempf
had
had it.
hops.
He had it.
He could throw it down on you.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you move into, like you say, the 90s though. After that, after the Dream Team, the 92 Dream Team, when the USA ran through the Olympics. After that, then that's when the Tony Kukocs, the Dirk Nowitzki's, who was the guy in Sacramento with Chris Webber and Peja Stojakovic, and all those guys started coming after that.
There was other one too, like Sarunas
Manu
Marshall,
Ginobili, and all of it. Really good players.
Yeah.
That came after. So Mike, that
some of that was David Stern too.
Yeah, that was a lot. R.I.P. Definitely.
Yeah.
He really did, but he knew how to market
the NBA.
And he really knew how to market Jordan.
Okay. So then who's
and
the
Jordan
GOAT?
was okay with it.
Well, who's the GOAT then? LeBron or Jordan?
I think for the era.
No,
period.
You can't
no,
Bob.
No, shit.
Okay.
Hot take.
Aliens come down right now.
Hot take.
Laser to your head. Who's the best NBA player of all time? That's my alien voice. So like,
the best of all time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hot take.
See, it's okay. I'm gonna shelf it. I'm gonna come back to it. I promise.
All right,
give me 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay,
2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes.
We're
We'll
gonna
come back to it. But let me ask you guys this. Okay. Give me some baseline criteria to work with.
It's your answer.
Yeah,
it's your
I'm
answer.
saying, with your own 2 eyes, what you saw them do on the court, and you can include accolades as well in that. Who did you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like that guy just seemed like he was unstoppable. He changed the game. He was Jordan.
Okay.
He was
Wow.
I mean, that's a good way to describe it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know, that's the frustration part about
Did that just happen, Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, exactly. That's what he did. Yeah. Now you see what we deal with.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. What I say about LeBron that frustrates me as a LeBron fan is the version we're getting of LeBron now. He could have been this all the time. All the buddy stuff, all the we're friends, that's my friend type of thing.
Yeah.
That's the part of LeBron, the millennial aspect of it. I don't like.
And the run to Miami.
Yeah, and the run to Miami part 2.
That was not good.
Which ushered in your boy going to Golden State. KD going to Golden State because that's still.
But
a thing.
Okay, but did that not? And it's funny you
Don't
Oh.
mention
bring
that.
up Boston Big Three. They were old.
You know I'm going to.
They were old.
But
it was just a couple years before.
But not even that they were old. They were traded to each other. It wasn't like they were like they went and did it themselves. They were traded. KG was traded to that team. Ray Allen came later. Yeah. So it wasn't like they formulated what they like, we're all going to go to the same team and play. I hate to bring up the Boston thing because the Boston and the other thing about with Boston too,
they put in a ton of time. They
did, but they won 1 chip.
Yeah, they did win. They went twice, but they won.
They won 1 chip. The KD and to Golden State thing. I know I hate to say it's worse than all of them, but that right there was just such a Bush move to me.
That made a lot of sense though.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
He was there with his old team.
Well, I always make he was, but I always make the point of so KD was making it clear that he didn't want to play with Russ anymore.
Sure, okay.
And then for the free agency for that year, for the teams that were available, nobody else made sense.
But Kev, it's like you being. I always bring up the analogy: Bloods and Crips. We're 2 Bloods. We go fight some Crips. They whoop our tail, and you become a Blood. That just doesn't seem right to me.
Listen, I feel that, but you got to think of it more like this. You got to think of it more like, all right, so you can't live in the city that you live in anymore. Mm-hmm. You could go live in, you know what I'm saying, Flint, Michigan. You could go live in Gary, Indiana. Or you go live in Miami. I'm saying. But these are the only 3 options.
Basketball
what are you
sense,
gonna do?
It made perfect sense.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly.
It made perfect sense. But when it comes down to it, it's like what your dad was saying about Archie Manning.
I'm praying for y'all.
A lot of people like Archie Manning to this day because he rolled with the team. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Archie went down. Did he win any championships?
No.
Okay, didn't win a championship, but he rolled with the team, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, if Archie would have went to your Cowboys during that time, and basically they already won championships, and he went to the team and they won more championships, he would have left the game feeling empty. And that's why I think KD is feeling right now. I don't think that he's put this way. I don't think he's empty because when he was on the court, he was the baddest dude out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he was the MVP, Finals MVP, everything during that time. But I would think that he went to Brooklyn because I want a bigger
just like
challenge.
those LeBron Miami rings don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? He only talks about the Cleveland ring.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That one was important.
No,
you know what I'm saying? That was the one that cemented his legacy in my eyes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because that was hard. Like he actually won that one. The Miami years, that was like, this is nasty.
That's where it goes back to once again with Mike. In my opinion, is the GOAT. Got drafted by a team. Like, yo, give me these guys.
Right.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? We don't need the new stars to come in. We don't need to go formulate Voltron.
They drafted Scotty.
Yeah. They got, what's my man, Kukoc.
Kukoc, yeah.
Kukoc came later.
Yep.
But even then, Rodman, they got, once again,
and
he was
traded.
And they brought, what's his name, man?
Luke Longley.
No, those guys don't mean nothing.
But I'm thinking about that first 3-peat team. Like,
bro,
man, B.J. Armstrong.
Did they draft Horace
Craig
Brown
Hodges?
or did they?
Yeah, I think they drafted. I think they drafted Horace.
They drafted Horace.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talking about that Harvey. That was his brother, right?
That was his brother, yeah.
I showed you, man. We talked about brothers last time, about brothers who come into the league. Harvey had no business being in there.
I'll tell you what, yeah.
But yeah, my opinion, that's why Mike's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Give me the guys that I came with. I'm gonna go and play, and we're gonna win.
And we're gonna win. We're gonna weather the storm, get out there and win it.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't really.
Yeah, and from that standpoint, I'm 100% with you on that.
Okay.
Now, and then that being said, again, because I'm blessed enough to have lived through all of the eras. Again, the Julius Erving, the Magic Bird, the Michael Jordan, and now the LeBron. There are different things, but I'll just put it out there.
Okay,
And I love LeBron. He's still
LeBron.
playing, so
my
this
drum
is
roll.
subject. This is still subject.
Still copping, please.
This can be.
I'm gonna plea on top of your head, Pops.
Listen, we may have to revisit this in about 5 years. Okay, after LeBron has retired, hopefully, and everything. But as of right now, just off of league impact. And just individual play.
Okay.
The suspense is building.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike.
Okay.
Thank
Here we
you.
go.
Finally. So it has been decided. It is said. It is done. MJ
now.
is the GOAT.
For now.
I'm gonna edit that part out.
Yeah, we're gonna edit it out. For now, we're gonna cut that off.
MJ is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
And you know what? What I always hate is that you know what I'm saying. It feels like whenever we have this conversation, I feel like we gotta
Here it comes.
I feel like we gotta downplay LeBron, and I don't think that
I don't think
that's right.
I don't think it's possible
Because it's like, I heard, oh man, you hate LeBron, you just hating on LeBron. Like, no, I love LeBron, man, especially for what he's done off the court, man. It's amazing. I don't believe in some of the choices that he's made in basketball, because going to Miami that's a punk move in my eyes. I did not like that at all.
It ushered another punk moves too.
It did usher another, and it made it harder for him if we're keeping it all the way real. And I get it, but it's like, yo, man, you stay in Cleveland, man. It was a fairy tale you being in Cleveland, man. And him coming back and winning one for Cleveland, like I said, that's the only ring that he's got that matters to me. It's like, yo, you earned that.
But think about it though. If it wasn't for him going to Cleveland, you and Pops wouldn't have that memory of y'all barely making it back to Columbus after that snowstorm.
Wow,
no doubt. Hey, listen, we might want to go see Kobe regardless.
Man,
That's actually what we went for. We went to go see Kobe.
Okay.
Man,
Bron wasn't there, was he?
No, Bron was there.
Okay, he was.
It was the last time Bron and Kobe faced off in Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, on that note, get your trucks together, Cleveland. That was a little rough. I love your town, but man, them roads are rough in the winter.
I do hate that we got to I feel like we got to downplay LeBron to praise Jordan. It's like, no, man, praise both. You know what I'm saying? They're both amazing players. They both do great things.
We're talking about the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but it's like, if you got to put one on top of the other, man, pause. But I think MJ is the GOAT.
This is the thing. This is the thing that I will say, and it piggies on Nadir's point about LeBron, about not like you say, if we had seen what we see, the passive LeBron on it, because again, I think it's been regarded that he's more Magic in that sense than Michael. Yeah. But when you look at it, that's why I say it's hard to say. The newer generation, they're gonna gravitate towards LeBron a little more because this is their time. But anybody that's understands and really knows basketball and was privileged enough to be able to watch Jordan during those Bulls years, from because people forget, he was 6 for 6 for championships. Yeah. Okay, true enough.
He took a lot of lumps,
but that was 92, 91, 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. Yeah. He was drafted in 84.
Yeah.
He took his lumps.
He went through the journey.
He took his
lumps. He did. He took his lumps. I'm saying he took his lumps.
He took his earlier lumps.
He kept coming back.
But once he put his foot on people's neck, he
didn't
left
let
it there.
Yeah.
There's lots of greats that never won championships because of Michael Jordan. Now think about that. Like,
Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Any of the greats of the 90s.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, you wasn't winning.
Reggie Miller.
Until Mike let it go. Yeah.
And it was
and Reggie Miller had a chance, so they thought, and what was it, 94?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then Hakeem Olajuwon said,
Nah, I'm getting mine. It's my time. Mike is gone. It is my
time. Wait a minute. Did Indiana? I don't know.
Houston.
Maybe they didn't go to the championship. What? No, because wasn't it? Because Orlando didn't go back to back. They went one year because that's when Shaq got schooled up by Hakeem.
Yeah.
That was the first year, and then the next year that they won it, because they got in as like an 8th seed, and Clyde Drexler. That's when they had traded for him. Houston had traded for Clyde Drexler from Portland. Mm-hmm. And so he was on that second championship team in 95.
Barkley came a year late.
But who did they play in the championship that year?
I'm not sure, and I don't fact check.
I thought that Indiana...
It might have been Indiana.
Because that's when Mark Jackson was the point guard in Indiana then.
Yep. Well, they had a good team, though.
They had a really good team. They did. Them Davis boys.
Yeah.
Dale and Antonio.
Antonio, yeah. Was that
they were some roughhousers,
before
man.
Jalen Rose, or was that
that was before Jalen Rose.
That was before. That was before. Mark Jackson was before Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they were some workhorses, man. They could get at you.
Okay.
But I can't remember. It seemed like they went to a championship, but I can't recall.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
But I know
MJ
Patrick
the GOAT.
Ewing sits up like, if this...
Patrick Ewing a bump. Anyway.
Listen, last 2 times we're gonna talk about. We gotta talk about the Buckeyes, all right?
Okay.
We gotta talk about the game last week. I know you were upset.
Sick.
You were upset saying they got cheated.
They did.
They got cheated.
Clearly.
Kev, they left a lot of points on the board.
They did.
They left too many points on the board, bro.
But I'm saying, but then we also got cheated on some points there too, because it's like, when Mans broke the plane after that catch, then they said that he bobbled it and there wasn't a touchdown. They took the touchdown off the board. That's cheating. Y'all took points off the board on us. And then when we had the fumble, the strip fumble and the touchdown, and then y'all go just call that incomplete pass. My biggest problem with that is like, if he had done that in the end zone, y'all would have called touchdown.
No, they would have.
Yes, they would have. Absolutely, because it would have been like, he had possession, 2 feet down, touchdown.
Well, in college they probably have. In NFL they wouldn't have. They turned about NFL. But the only thing that changed the complex of the whole game was that targeting.
That targeting call.
That targeting call did everything.
The whole game.
The whole thing. It was 4th and 15.
Yeah.
He gets hit. They do the targeting, kick the dude out. It went from 4th 15 to them going down and getting 7.
Yep.
That changed the whole game.
It sure did.
It
That's
changed
terrible.
the entire
Terrible
game.
call, man.
And I've looked at that a few times over, and I think my main issue with that is, and a lot of people don't realize it. Lawrence is like 6'6".
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sean Wade, I believe, is 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
And Lawrence leaned forward.
Yeah.
He did. He leaned
And
into the
he
hit.
leaning forward like that. Wade had no choice from the angle Wade was coming from. Of course, he's gonna catch part of his helmet, but Wade, I think, was going for his chest or shoulder.
You know what?
But when Lawrence leaned over, that's why I did not like that call at all.
I think that they need to start teaching, okay, y'all want to go for targeting? Then go for the knees
Go for
instead.
the knees. That's what's going to happen.
Go for the knees instead.
But I thought they cut that out.
They
I
did.
thought that was the problem.
They did, but that's what I'm saying. You got to pick one, because at this point, it's like, in that play, when Lawrence was going for his chest, he was targeting his chest. Lawrence dips down or whatever.
He
Wade
leaned forward.
You know what I'm saying? Lawrence dips down or whatever, and then he gets hit in the head. But it's like, Wade was going for the chest. Yeah. What more do you want him to do? Because I mean,
once you take off, you should be deemed a runner.
Exactly, and it's just like,
he was still in the pocket. I mean, and keep it all the way trill though. I mean, he didn't
even go down.
It's a different complexion. It's a different complexion on certain things. So
okay.
I'm just saying.
Boys.
No, but that's that's
That's
I
real.
always say when Cam Newton runs, he gets hit a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't say, he's a runner. He's a running back. I don't know what to call it, but it's like. It's a different, it's a different game out here for certain.
It was.
They wanted to see that guy win.
Listen, it's just like remember the
They
Titans.
wanted to see Clemson win, man. Yeah, and I'm saying undefeated, 29 games and all that, man. Clemson was coming off a national championship. They wanted that.
Listen,
they did.
Listen, it was Rev.
Ohio State was running it up on them boys.
Listen, that whole thing, that was like Rev and Ronnie Bass.
They had to get something back.
Okay, they let Rev get, when what's his name? Let the guy through and let Rev get took out.
Yeah.
And Ronnie Bass came in. I didn't expect Ronnie Bass to do what he did, but hey, Ronnie Bass ended up being the hero of that game.
Yeah.
That was some trash, though, man.
I hope
LSU comes through and just mauls them.
It'll be a good game. I think LSU is going to beat them real bad, though.
Yeah. Burrow, do it for Ohio State.
He's just on one. And, he's just, to me, I'm looking at Joe Burrow. This is what it reminds me of. If you're just looking at the playoffs, this reminds me of Cardale Jones all over again.
Oh yeah,
a few years ago.
Remember when he came in and showed out when JT went down and he came in and ran them through Alabama. The way he did, that's what it's showing. That's what I'm seeing with Burrow right now. I'm saying this looks like what Cardale Jones. He just had one of the magical runs.
Yeah, listen, we're not gonna gloss over. You just said shout out to him. He delivered Chipotle to us. Like, don't throw that. Don't shade my man. You know what I'm saying?
Don't shade off.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, we just got to talk about, you know what I'm saying, that historic championship run, and then you talk about he delivered you a burrito bowl, man. It was a promotion.
He came over, he did his thing, man.
But I'm saying, but get full context though. You know what I'm
There's no context needed.
Yes, there's context.
He did win a championship. There's no context for me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the FSU fan, and you coming out. I'm sick of it.
Not at all, man.
I'm sick of it,
I think
man.
he sensed it too. Like, this guy's not a real
But
Buckeye.
wait, now what do you got? Did what's his name? Was it Willie Taggart? Is he y'all coach? You talking about Florida State?
We're not talking about Florida State right now.
Okay.
That's a dark time right now.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know.
But the other dark time we're going to talk about, we're going to get into this last topic before we go.
Okay.
Your beloved Cowboys. So they fired Jason Garrett. Well, they didn't fire him. They didn't renew his contract.
They let his contract expire.
They let his contract expire.
Yeah.
Now this is a new regime going to come into fold. What are the Cowboys going to do? What are your feelings about it?
Okay, I feel if you look at the Cowboys, and again, I hate to think about it. It's been over 20 since the 95. Okay, 24 years.
Okay.
Since we went to the Super Bowl last, won the Super Bowl last, been to the Super Bowl last.
Okay.
Leave it where it's at. 2 college coaches took us there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson, they pulled him from Miami. He drafted Michael Irvin. Rest was history.
Yeah.
For the next 3 out of 4 years.
You know, Jerry ain't
Then
like that, though.
after Jimmy left, because Jerry couldn't fire Jimmy, Jerry couldn't control Jimmy. That's a problem, and I'm gonna revisit that.
Okay.
We plucked Barry Switzer from Oklahoma, which that was the same deal as what they did with Dennis Erickson, bringing him into Miami when Jimmy Johnson left there to go to the Cowboys. You got handed the keys to a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't mess it up. They know what to do. So Jimmy technically, to me, got 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys.
Gotcha.
But
Jerry
Barry
ain't like
Switzer,
that.
one of those rings is at Barry Switzer's house, but they all belong to Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like, Jerry has an affinity to Oklahoma. I would not be surprised.
Stoops?
This is why
Okay.
I wouldn't. I would love that. I'm not gonna lie. I would
Really?
I love Bob Stoops.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would not be surprised if he pulls Lincoln Riley
Really?
or Urban Meyer.
Oh.
Don't do it, Herb.
I don't. From the. This is the problem though. It's not about the coach, because honestly, we could have kept Jason Garrett as the coach figurehead. We need better play. We need better defensive. We need better play callers who are allowed to just do just that.
Yeah.
Call plays.
Well, let me ask you this: What about in that case, like a Josh McDaniels from the Patriots?
Listen, any of them would be fine if Jerry stays out the way.
Jerry's not going to stay out the way, Pop.
Maybe Jerry's
No,
just
but
gonna.
this
Maybe
is the
Jerry's just
thing.
get down on the sideline finally.
No,
Jerry.
that's the problem. I think he has wanted to do that, but he's at the top of the food chain. So what's he looking like being a billionaire head coach?
This is what y'all should do, and this is an Eagle fan saying this, okay? Bring Jerry on the sideline, right? Give him a headset. Just play some soft jazz in there. Just play some soft jazz in his headset, because he
Bro, why you giving him the fake controller?
man.
Right.
Pacify him is my point.
You give him the unplugged controller.
Just pacify him at this point, because I hate to, even I said it off pod, it's like, until Jerry Jones passes away, the Cowboys are going to be in the same holding pattern.
I don't know that we're even totally at that point. I wonder right now if he's at the point where he even realizes, hey man, it's been 24 years. We were real good, real quick when I bought this team for a nickel. Okay.
It's going to make money.
We worth a polished silver dollar right now.
Yeah.
And I want to win again before
because you're going to
age catches up to me.
You're squandering a key time right now with Dak, Prescott, because now you got to pay him. Those rookie times.
We're gonna franchise that dude.
You're gonna franchise.
He's about to get the Kirk Cousins treatment.
Is he worth the money?
Lord.
He's gonna get the Kirk.
Is he worth the money, Pop?
No.
Good. See, that's all right. Pops, man. He's a realist, man. Every other Dallas Cowboy fan I said,
let me tell you something.
He's better than Carson Wentz. He's better. Like, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
no,
he's
Dak
not.
deserves
And
the
I'm
money.
not a Philly fan, but I'm a Carson Wentz fan.
Okay.
And I definitely, I do.
Pops on here
a
more
healthy,
often.
listen. A healthy Carson Wentz, a healthy Carson Wentz
do nothing.
with healthy receivers. Is a
Bums.
problem. The
Bunch of
only
bums.
reason, but listen, Carson Wentz would have had more wins under his circle had Deshaun Jackson not gone down.
Negative.
People can say what they want. Listen, we've proved it.
Dad, we trying to help each other hurt each
Listen,
other now.
we proved it with a mid-level.
I bet you wanted to talk.
But we
No.
have a mid-level quarterback. Okay,
Yeah, you do.
Well, we do not have. We don't have a Breezy or an Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, no, or
okay?
a breeze. That's what
We
you don't.
don't have
But I've
that.
been telling you, come on over.
Listen, but we don't have that. We have a mid-level quarterback.
Yeah.
But we have wonderful receivers.
You do.
Yeah,
And we
you-
have
listen,
even young
you got
talent.
talent.
Man, listen.
Great
listen,
running back, all
Listen.
that. Great,
Listen. Michael
the
Gallup
running back
went up
duo is
last
great.
week. Michael Gallup went up last week and pulled a 360 pass.
That was a tough pass.
In
That was
the
a tough
end
catch.
zone, in
Yeah.
the back on the side, and came down with both feet. That's athleticism.
It's
we
system,
got
though.
him.
It's coaching. Y'all got to get the coaching together.
Exactly.
That's what
And
you gotta
Kellen
get
Moore,
Yeah.
he's an all right coordinator, but at the end of the day, we've got to have everybody on the same page, and that's from the top down. But I think Jerry just might be at the point. It's going to have to be someone, for one, who just doesn't need it, who's not that thirsty. That's where I say Urban. Urban's not pressed for money.
Here's a name you didn't mention I think would be a good fit for you, and I hope Jerry doesn't do this because the Eagle fan, I want y'all to stay bad. But Ken Norton. Ken Norton Jr.?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah,
right now,
he brings credibility because he's on them championship teams with us.
Yeah.
I don't think him and Jay could get along. I don't think him and Jay could get along.
They'll get along just fine if they win.
As long as Jerry relinquishes the power to him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Jerry can't do it, man. Like, Jerry wants to coach that team. Let him do it.
I don't know if it's that. I just think that he has ideas, but he's got to basically be. I hate to bring his name up in anything, but he's got to be like what's the
Raiders guy?
Well, Mark Mayock definitely. Gruden's running that.
Oh, you want
Gruden's I thought you were talking about Al Davis.
Kraft up in New England.
Oh yeah, Kraft just listen.
You don't know.
Kraft like to party.
Yeah,
Kraft ain't here for football.
This is the thing.
I own what?
But this is the thing. This is the thing. You know him as the owner, but you see him in his press box. You don't hear about him and Belichick having no beefs about nothing.
Nah.
You don't hear them going back and forth about nothing. You don't know from one day to the next if Belichick is just the coach or if he's the team president.
I've seen Robert Kraft more with Rick Ross and Meek Mill than
exactly.
Belichick.
That famous meeting where he looking back at Meek.
But another one that stays out the way is the owner down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Most of them stay out the way.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't have that. Jerry wants to be more hands-on, and I think that's because he has so much success so early.
Yeah.
He bought the team in '89. He drafted.
So put a button on your on the Cowboys stuff. So that's done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. I got one last topic. All right. So I saw earlier. We just starting off 2020. Happy New Year's, everybody watching this podcast.
Absolutely. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's. Blessings to everybody.
We're talking about all of the great things of the decade. LeBron wins AP Male Athlete of the Decade. Serena wins AP Female Athlete of the Decade. Man, great accolades.
Sure.
Then it was revealed that the Beard was the leading scorer of the decade. When are we going to give the Beard his respect? Huh? Give me some answers now. When we giving the Beard his respect?
When he wins
what
something?
What more he got to do?
When he wins something?
I hear you.
I'm saying he's won a lot more than a lot of other guys that y'all don't give as much crap to.
I am a big James Harden fan as well.
I like him.
I like
James
him too.
James Harden has been to the finals. He's been to the Western Conference Finals 2 or 3 times at this point. He just ain't got over the hump yet, which is coming.
Until he gets over the hump, they're not going to respect it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Y'all don't treat nobody else this way, man.
Sure they do.
No, you don't, man. They didn't treat LeBron this way.
Yeah, shit, LeBron caught a lot of flack until he won.
LeBron didn't win the championship till he came back to Cleveland.
LeBron's
those Miami championships was fraudulent. Y'all accepted them. I don't accept that crap.
I accept
those were D Wade's rings. Okay? And LeBron let Dallas beat him down. Okay? He had a super team, got beat down by Dallas.
Was Kobe's rings Shaq's rings then?
No, because Kobe went out 1-2 afterwards, and I meant to send you the stats too. Kobe and Shaq's numbers was close to identical.
Oh boy!
But back to the topic at hand. When are we gonna give the Beard his respect as the baller that he is, man? Like James Harden is a talented basketball player. Where's the hate?
He's a great scorer.
It's a D'Antoni system.
You know he's actually a better defender than y'all give him credit for. But I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride. Okay, what more do you want him to do?
Do you know how many scorers have come through the league?
No, not like that.
I know you don't. That's why it's so hard.
I'm saying I know Kobe Bryant. I know Michael Jordan.
That's as far back as you go.
You know what I'm saying? I know Larry Bird used to put up some buckets. Magic used to get him some buckets, even though he got a lot of assists too. Kareem, clearly he was a walking bucket. Iverson, he got him some points at times. Karl Malone, he did his thing. Huh?
Don't speak bad about
it. I don't listen. Did Iverson ever get over the hump?
No.
Exactly. So why we respect Iverson, but we can't give the Beard his love?
Going down the same path as the Beard. It's the same thing. Like, is a revered scorer. I think Iverson might even get more of a nod because he was more of a rebel. He was more of a shifting the culture thing, more than the Beard was.
Listen, if we gonna talk about what you doing on that court, man, James Harden deserves his respect.
James Harden also though he has to get his Batman to his Robin. Yep. I mean, his Robin to his Batman, because even Russell Westbrook is rumored that he might get traded. He's on the block right now.
Yeah.
So it's
rumors.
Like, it is a rumor, and it might be just nothing. But I think the thing with Russell Westbrook, when it's all said and done, we look back on it though, Russell Westbrook might just be known as a volume shooter and just somebody that came most athletic point guard besides Derrick Rose. We can't forget him. But James Harden, until he gets over the hump, until he gets just that,
he can't be respected.
He's respected. He is respected.
No,
he's not gonna be in that upper echelon.
James Harden. You disrespect James Harden.
He is a great. He's a great scorer in this era. But
what you call that? That was backhanded shade.
Listen, I've seen scorers. We've all seen scorers. Man, there's so many scorers over the That's what people every
saying,
basketball player actually starts out a scorer, but as time goes on, they redefine their position or where their strengths are, and that's where coaching and development comes in. Hey, I see how you move here. You ever thought about doing this? Or let me try you this way or that way. But everybody,
I'm saying who's been that dominant like Harden is to the point where it's like, okay, listen,
it's only dominant when he's winning championships with it.
But I'm saying, like, a lot of that time was
he's just rolling through the season.
But I'm saying, think about the fraudulent teams that he's had to come up against.
Okay.
I'm saying,
wait. You mean like the ones LeBron had in Cleveland?
LeBron was one of the fraudulent teams. I'm saying, Miami
you
beat
mean the ones that he dragged to the championship?
I'm saying Miami beat Miami. He did not drag Miami anywhere.
No, he drove those Cleveland teams
at one time. And we ain't talking about when
he had Mo Williams as a secondary.
It was like we don't talk about that.
Williams.
No hate on Mo. I don't put that on LeBron. I don't put that on LeBron. But I'm saying, like, James Harden made it to the finals, got beat by the fraudulent Miami Heat super team. Okay. Then you know what I'm saying. Then we got the fraudulent Golden State teams.
Okay.
James Harden had a fraudulent team. You know what I'm saying.
He got beat by a fraudulent Miami team.
Yes. Absolutely got beat by a fraudulent Miami team. That super team
You're talking about when he was
crap.
You talking about when he was at OKC?
Yeah.
Okay, was that
he was missing though?
Was that his team or was that
he was 6 man? He played his role.
But he came up missing in that.
I was gonna say I think that was Westbrook and Durant's team
because he came up missing. That's the main reason why they made it expensive.
He was a young player. He was a young player. So I don't go hold that against him.
I mean, you picked up a plea.
I mean, listen. LeBron went missing when he went to go see Dirk in the finals.
Very true.
So I mean, do we say LeBron is less than what he is?
LeBron doubled back and won a chip though.
On a fraudulent team though.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe James Harden should get fraudulent.
That super team is not cool. That super team is not cool. Listen, LeBron didn't get his first legitimate chip until that ring of 15.
Do you really think
so what is KD's legitimate chip then?
He ain't got one yet.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Let's grow. Let's grow because you never would have admitted that. You never would have admitted that. KD ain't got one. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm just fact check it because I think you rolled for that.
Even though I will say, KD, he was dominant in those finals.
No, he
was whooping tail. Yeah. But them rings is fraudulent, man. I can't get that past. Had they got past Golden State that year that they took Golden State to 7,
absolutely.
Then you know what I'm saying, KD would, you know what I'm saying, his legacy would be a little bit more cemented than it is. He's still a great player. Probably my favorite player. I think he's the best player in the NBA, even though he's not playing right now. Mm-hmm. Sure. But you know what I'm saying, those rings are fraudulent. Just like LeBron's Miami rings are fraudulent.
Okay.
LeBron's ring with the Cavs, like, listen, he can stake his claim as GOAT, okay? Because that was
doesn't get more.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you really climbed to the top of the mountain. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving him.
No one's done that.
319 too.
He climbed to the top of the mountain and he proved himself. You know what I'm saying? That was defining for LeBron's career. Those rings in Miami, those were easy. As a matter of fact, every year that he lost was a bigger hit than the wins were. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I will say though,
LeBron, that Miami Heat team had no business losing to Dallas. I like Dirk. Yeah. That Miami team had no business.
That was a mental. That was a mental
lapse. And I also think it was a mental lapse, but I also think it was more them, the team, really playing for themselves because I don't know that Spoelstra had the ability to coach that type of talent. Okay, maybe. Remember the prior championship that Wade had with Shaq. That was Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Now,
it was.
As far as coaching goes, you know, you got Phil, and you got I don't know. To me, I say Phil, even though I get Red Auerbach, but that was the old school Boston days. Boston, you know, that was just unfair back then. To be honest with you,
it was only 16.
You know, you can go that. Yeah.
They were playing painters too.
Yeah. But I feel like as far as modern era basketball. It's hard to deny Phil Jackson.
Yeah, no doubt.
Between the Bulls and the Lakers, you know, it's hard to
Phil
deny.
Always had top talent, but
he always had, he did.
But he had to manage it, though.
But he had to manage the egos.
I might take Pop over Phil, but
and I'm a Pop fan, but I'm saying he took 2 different franchises and he got.
Did. But I mean, he went from Mike to Kobe and Shaq.
But he still had to manage the egos.
He did.
That's a lot in itself.
I say Pop just because it's like, I look at the pieces that Pop put together and the way that he built those Spurs teams. It's like, that's amazing.
That's why it's so bad seeing him struggle right now.
I know that hurts me because I'm such a Pop fan.
They're rebuilding, but they're not horrible.
Yeah,
like
no.
I'm saying, most teams in that position would be horrible, and they're not horrible. So that's the Pops credit.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to my point. James Harden deserves his respect. Give the man his respect.
Until he wins, Kev, I don't think he's gonna get it.
That's
man.
me. I'm sorry.
I mean, what did he? The only thing he ain't won is the championship. He got an MVP.
That's it. Oh, that's
he
it. That's it.
He got MVPs. He got scoring titles. He's been a Western Conference champion.
I hate to say it though, but this is the year that I think he needs to make it happen.
Yeah.
And because this is with KD being out,
I can see
but
that.
now with the Lakers being so good, and we don't know what the Clippers are going until Paul George remembers that he's Paul George and becomes a dumpster fire. We don't know if they're going to be any good.
Listen, Kawhi could win a ring with that Toronto team. Anything's possible.
Yeah, it's true.
That Toronto team is decent.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
I'll give them credit though. Yeah, no, they weren't great, but I will say this about that particular team at that particular time. It seemed like they brought it together. They honestly got contributions out of players. Who knew Fred VanVleet was going? He was a good college player, but he was a good college player. He wasn't great.
Yeah.
He was a good, but he brought contributions to the table that you really wish you would. The only other guy that does that is Lou Williams, coming off the bench and scoring and bringing that much effort the way that he did throughout that playoff run last year for Toronto.
Yeah.
And then the growth, Siakam just kind of grew up as the season went along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He really did.
So much so that he's like,
He
we talking
really
about MVP
did.
for this year.
Yeah,
Like,
Spicy
he's
P
been
is doing his thing.
And
Yeah,
then I'll give, and I've had my knocks on Kyle Lowry since he was at Villanova.
He got it done.
But he fell back. He learned how
Yeah.
to fall back a little bit and just play his role for what they needed him for.
He don't get enough
He's
credit
never
for that,
shied
too. That's
away
a
from
good
the
point.
big moment.
That's a good point.
He did,
That's
but
a
he
good point.
fell back. He didn't feel like this is my team. I'm still the one, the original one, still here.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. He just went out. Hey, they playing ball. I'm gonna play ball. We winning. It's working. Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. I agree with that.
You know, so I did. So they just did. They got bench contributions out of people that if you think about it, when Cleveland took them out.
All those years.
They just didn't get that, and that was with DeRozan as well. And for what they had, they were a good team.
I feel bad.
I
I
do
feel for my boy.
too.
Yeah.
Because he was the one I was hoping would end up in L.A.
Yeah.
with
Me
one
too.
of the L.A. teams.
Yeah, one of the LA teams. I did too.
I really
Hey.
did.
Might be good
Doc,
he didn't though.
Doc, make it happen. I mean, I'm saying, I look at PG.
I don't know if DeRozan, like sometimes, like we see how what's my man, D'Angelo Russell got out of LA, and it was the best thing that happened to his career.
Sure was.
Oh,
I don't know if DeRozan would be good in LA just because he's close to home.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
much is there. Might keep him in San Antonio. Ain't nothing there, man.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is when to kind of stray off a little bit, because I wondered with the whole Paul George thing. I said, man, that didn't make sense. He did all that celebrating with re-signing with OKC, and him and Russ seemed like they were bonding. But then when I saw the back, I didn't know. You see players play, and sometimes if you're watching something or a special or a feature on a player, you learn something about him. I didn't know about the situation with his mother though,
I didn't know
and
that
that was a
either.
big deal. I guess his mother was ill. She had I think a stroke years ago, so she's recovered.
Oh, wow.
But that was a big thing. She was not able to travel to see him play a whole lot because she couldn't
couldn't
stand
move
traveling
around
but
like
so
that.
much.
Wow.
So she's able to see him play. He said that was really one of the biggest factors for his mom to be able to see him be able to play. So kind of put it in perspective there.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
gotta
get
root
if you
for a
got
guy
an
like that.
opportunity,
Yeah.
he's looking at it really. Yeah, he's playing with Kawhi and all that, but it's really bigger than basketball for him.
absolutely.
On more of a personal level, and he just talked about and it seems like their family's close. Him and his mom and dad and all them.
Yeah.
They seem like they're pretty close knit group. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Man's
to
gotta get
see.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he gotta get together.
I saw that story. I was like, oh wow, okay, that makes more sense.
He need to play
Yeah.
better.
He
to
does.
play
Play better.
He does, and he has it in him to do.
Look,
And I'm not.
I
I'm
didn't throw
not
that in on that, that heartwarming
you
story,
beat me to it.
but
I was waiting for Pops to get done. But yeah,
right,
all that's
right.
cute and all, but yeah.
Well,
he got it.
I'll tell you why. Because I wondered. I wondered why. I said, of all people, why would he want Paul George? Kawhi, I'm thinking. And I get not wanting to go to the
Dennis wanted
Lakers.
Paul
You don't
George,
want to. Some people it's hard for them to play
didn't
under
wanna take
LeBron.
LeBron's
Even though
blame,
LeBron,
yeah.
but this is the thing. LeBron is not even at that because LeBron is right now. All LeBron is doing is trying to build things up for AD to be the king of LA.
Yeah.
remains to be
He
seen.
really is. This dude, listen, you watch
haven't
him
got to the
play
finals
out
yet,
there.
though, Pops.
You can
Yeah,
tell
I'm saying,
they
yeah.
having fun out
Remains
They
there.
are
to be
having
seen.
fun.
Yeah,
They're having
That's what
fun.
I wonder, like,
And
when they do hit a
AD is
wall.
like, if he stays healthy, that's a
That's
problem.
a big if.
Yeah.
That's
That's
a
a big
problem.
if. No, it's a big if. You're right.
Yeah.
They
It
need
is.
some load management.
Yeah, they need some load management. We need to work
Yeah.
that in.
All
Pause.
right.
But let's get out of here. We
Yeah.
have anything else? Pops, thanks for coming today.
Man, I tell you, really appreciate the opportunity, man. This is just, like I say, great platform. Look forward to maybe being able to do it again in the future. But I just appreciate you guys and keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
Keep making it happen. But I'm saying this is just the way our voices need to be out here, you know, and you guys are the right ones to pull it off. So again, just continued success. And maybe I can make it back for 200, make a sneak peek.
Hey, we can do it. We can do it.
I
We
won't
got
get
some
beat
spiciness.
down so much.
I went light on you. I went light on you.
Okay. 200, we gotta get Chan on here too.
There we go.
He
Oh
loves
man, that would really be lovely. Yeah,
we
get
it going.
the whole crew.
Yeah,
So,
if we're gonna do that, we gotta bring Jay.
We could do that.
Yeah, we gotta bring the deserter back
Bring
too.
the Jay-
Yeah,
bring the
we're
deserter
gonna do a
Wow.
maybe we'll do a big
We should set it up for tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a big party one.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, you got anything else, Kev?
That's it for me.
Anything else, Pops?
I'm good.
All right, let's get out of here. This is the Games of Life podcast, episode 194 in the books. This is Nate here.
This Kev.
It's Dad.
Yo, let's get out of here. Drink more water, people.
Peace.
Peace.